All right, let's talk about show up rates and video scripts. So we know that when somebody comes across your advertisement on Facebook and Instagram, they know next to nothing about you or your business. So they're a cold lead, a cold patient who has gone ahead and booked an appointment because they see the value, they love the good deal, but from the time they book to the time of their appointment, we need to make sure that we're building that trust really quickly so that they know that they're coming to a credible place with somebody who knows what they're doing and, is going to do a great job for them. So, how do we build that trust as quickly as possible while putting in the least amount of effort possible? That is videos on your thank you page. So now we know that this works. We love it. However, we don't really know what to say. So let's talk about some scripts. So, depending on your process of how you move new patients into the clinic, will depend a little bit on how this goes. So, option one is auto confirmation with no credit card on file. So, the patient comes in, they move through the workflow, they book their appointment, and they're just booked. That's great. And these patients can tend to be a little bit potentially flakier. Not that they always will be, but there's a chance that these patients, they have very little invested into their appointment. Option number two is getting a credit card on file with a requested booking. So they go through the process, they request a time, you call them, track them down, however many times we need to call, get that credit card on file, and hopefully they pick up the phone, hopefully they answer, hopefully this conversation goes well to make sure that this person comes in. Now, because this person doesn't really know, like, or trust you yet, getting a credit card on file may be a little bit trickier. We need to build that rapport and warm them up in order to get that credit card on file. We're going to talk a little bit about that in the next slide. Option number three is the requested booking with no credit card on file. We love this option because it builds rapport with your patient, and it still keeps that barrier to entry lower. So they're trusting you and you are also trusting them that everybody is going to do what they said they're going to do. So this is our favorite option because it gives you the ability to nurture this new patient and build trust. So let's talk about the scripts. What do we say? So when you are recording your video for your thank you page, few things to keep in mind. One, introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Jamie from XYZ Med Spa. Super excited that you were able to snag one of these amazing deals from our Facebook campaign that we're running right now. These spots are limited, so I'm super glad you were able to get one. There's a few things I want you to know before your appointment. So these are going to be things that you want your patient to know. I just came up with a few right off the top of my head. I feel like you could absolutely just use these three. Number one, we all love our wine, but make sure before your appointment for 24 hours, you do not consume any alcohol. I would also take this a bit further and tell them why, just to give them a bit of an explanation, because if we just say just don't, they probably don't care and they're going to do it anyways. So just give them a little bit of reasoning here and make a joke out of it. Number two is that there's going to be some new patient paperwork that we're going to need you to fill out. Now, we would love to send that over to you as quickly as possible so that you can get that done before your appointment so that your appointment can run super smooth and that we're honoring your time while you're there. We want to make sure that all of the time you have for your appointment is set and you have everything you need from the injector as well. So that's something that I would say, we want to be able to send this over. And then the third thing is I'd really love to chat with you quickly about your primary areas of concern. Where are we wanting to do this Botox injection? Have you had Botox before? Just a few quick questions for me to get to know you a little bit before your appointment so that I am super prepared when you come in. We're going to go into all of this in much more detail at your appointment, but it just gives me a starting point. So please keep an eye out for a phone call coming from us soon to go ahead and get that information we need from you to send over your new patient paperwork, as well as a quick conversation with either myself or my front desk just to go over some of those questions really quickly with you. We're super excited to have you, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Now, that is what I would say in this instance. There is one step farther we can take this. Let's talk a little bit about getting a credit card on file. When you get a credit card on file, you're going to go through this exact same script, but when you get somebody on the phone, you're going to go through this process exactly. Tell them, this is what we're going to do. Make sure you're not drinking before your appointment. Ask them, what are the areas of concern we're working on? Have you had Botox before? Have you tried other neurotoxins? Get a feel for who they are. And then at the end of that conversation, whether it's with you as the injector or front desk staff, at the end of that conversation, you're going to go ahead and say, if it's your front desk staff, just say, yep, I'm going to go ahead and let our nurse injector know all of this information. It's noted in your chart. She's really excited to see you. Which card would you like us to have on file to secure this appointment today? Simple as that. Most of the time, you're going to build enough rapport on these conversations without needing or requiring that credit card on file. And lastly, we're going to take it one step further. If you guys want to do this, I promise it will be amazing. So you're going to go through the same script. You're going to say the same things, but you're going to record this in your front office so that, that's what they're going to see when they come in to see you. So you're going to do your spiel, and then you're also going to say, here's Jamie. She's our front desk staff here. She's going to be greeting you when you come in. Make sure the camera shows her smiling and waving, walk them through the clinic, show them around a little bit. And this is really cool because you can separate these and then combine them. So this second part you could use as like a reel on Instagram. Use that content again and again and get people familiar with your space and how beautiful it is and how great you are. Talk a little bit about your credentials if you want in here, how long you've been injecting. All of those kind of things help to build trust quickly. So let me know if you guys have any questions. I will send over the actual script as well. And if you do the recording in this bonus way, there may be a special surprise in there for you. So again, have fun with it. It's just to build trust, show who you are, and I'll send this script over as well.